Thank you. Well, the FA Cup's for extroverts on and off the field. Now, 5 straight wins will get you to the Cup final if your starting place is the 3rd round. 5 straight wins brought Kettering Town from the first qualifying stage of the competition to today's 2nd round proper to play Bristol Rovers. Jeff Whelans was out to help extend Altrincham's record number of cup victories for a non-league club. He once kept goal for illustrious neighbours Manchester United.
Oh, well saved by Jeff Whelans.
In goal for Altrincham's opponents, Halifax today, Paddy Roach. Roach, too, has a Manchester United pedigree.
Well turned over indeed by Roach.
Yeovil are the most famous non-league cup fighters of all, their greatest win coming 40 seasons ago against Sunderland. Yeovil faced Torquay United today. And down at Bognor Regis in Sussex by the sea, they were hoping to do to Cambridge what they'd previously done to Exeter. High hopes for a tiny club with just 7 goals all season in the Vauxhall Opal League. Well, the prize for all the little clubs, of course, a place in the loads of money 3rd round draw against the Liverpools, Manchester Uniteds, etc. We'll have that draw live just after 11 o'clock tonight from Lancaster Gate.
Yes, the ribbons of Wimbledon still decorate the FA Cup as our road to Wembley reaches its most romantic moment. Yes, there's no more lively theatre available anywhere in London's West End tonight than that which will take place here in the FA Centenary Room in about 50 minutes when that draw for the 3rd round takes place live. 72 teams are still left in the competition. These are the balls. This is the bag. Here's one of them. This is number 19. I'll tell you who that is later when we find out exactly who plays who.
Well, that's to come. But it's already been an eventful footballing day. Some good talking points for Jimmy. But now the action starting at Kettering. They're favourites to gain Football League status next season. Today, the test of their quality against Bristol Rovers from Division 3. Barry Davis commentating.
Rockingham Road will stir memories of the 60s today when these two teams last met in the FA Cup. Wednesday, the 8th of January 1969, a 3rd round replay after a 1-1 draw at Eastville. And deep into the 2nd half, this Kettering side, leading 1-0, were awarded a penalty. The number 11, Harry Walden, took it, but Laurie Taylor, accused locally of a little gamesmanship, saved it, and Rovers went on to win 2-1. The winner, an own goal by Steve Gammon, who happened to be Kettering's player-manager. The Kettering Poppies lineup of today hopes for better fortune. It's a side, indeed, with plenty of league experience, notably Lilfus Schillo, who had 9 seasons at Luton, and the front two, Ernie Moss and Robbie Cook. Bristol Rovers, who are 4th in Division 3, choose from a full-time squad of only 16 players. It's a testing afternoon for them, but it's also one which offers a wider audience to the talents of their goalkeeper, Nigel Martin, and their regular goal scorer, Gary Penrice. Now, does that seem a familiar face? If only 12 years old. He's Ben Morris, the son of Kettering's manager, Peter Morris, who played for Ipswich, Mansfield and Norwich, among other clubs. Kettering playing up what is a slight slope, wearing the basically red colours. And the first free kick of the match goes to the visitors, Bristol Rovers, the award of Gerald Ashby of Worcester. Twentyman and Mayhew offer the threat on the right side. That's well claimed on the left side by Kevin Shoemake. Nice for him getting an early touch. He's a bit of a character with a reputation for enjoying jokes. Flag is up, the infringement is on the edge of the area, and the booking, if it comes, will be against Mark Nightingale. He was comprehensively beaten and just stood there as a wall. White and Penrice around the penalty spot. 2 to come from behind them. Hit a bit low and awkwardly. Well struck by Penrice. It's not away yet. Good play by Kevin Shoemake. Probably didn't see too much of the first shot and was able to get to Penrice on the follow-up. Penrice with 12 goals this season after 24 last. And he was player of the year with Bristol Rovers. 4 in the box. Mayhew just didn't really get round it. Goal kick. Penrice has been involved in every attack we've seen so far from Bristol Rovers. The referee in the way there. Keast. Cook. Griffith wants it played forward down that touchline. And the free kick is given. Twentyman came across. Twentyman wearing 3 has gone to Mark Moss. That's a good flick by Cook. Came away from his man well. Both sides with considerable aerial threat. Look, nobody marking them at all. Griffith again. They want a corner, and they get it. And again, Cook in evidence. Cook's taking a position on the far post. Griffith moving wide of the penalty spot. Keats to take the corner. Brown has come up on the near edge of the 6-yard area. Goal kick. Andy Wright, who had the shot come up and under. Nobody's found the net so far in this second round of the FA Cup. Blocking by Fushillo. Going Griffith. Crowd encouraging him to take people on. He's distributing well to Cook. Hayward, 3 waiting. Wright actually had an opportunity too, still has. It's not quite so good. Brown. Griffith. Moss made the turn but missed the kick. Devon White, who was back and failed to clear. Moss made the sweetest of turns. It's White who misses out, but then didn't make contact with the ball. Into the last minute of the half. Holloway. Jones. Oh! The whistle's gone and the free kick is Kettering's way. But Shoemake was asked a bit then by his defenders. Good thick header, but the back pass was by no means true from Nightingale. And half-time, as the two managers make their way away. Jerry Francis, the former England captain, manager of Bristol Rovers, and his team, I suppose it should be said, are holding Kettering Town of the Vauxhall Conference at half-time, 0-0. Well, it's a fair bet, I would think, that that's the highest Christmas tree in Kettering. Giving a rather festive spirit, and this man will know most about that because he actually has a birthday on the day after Christmas, Boxing Day. Kane Griffith had a good first half, which Kettering were probably slightly ahead on points. Interesting to see whether they can keep that up in the second half, and they now have the advantage of this very, very slight slope. Here's Cook, Dougie Keast, Griffith, the angle's difficult for him. Oh, he did well to get the cross in, but Moss had got slightly sucked in. Well, he's a useful player, this coming up 26-year-old, born in Georgetown, Guyana. Very lithe of movement, and quite often fools people who feel that his chance is gone, suddenly stretches out and gets his body beautifully balanced to make a cross as he did then. Moss underneath it with Twentyman. Right shot blocked. Too many Cooks, right, but there was a little bit of holding a man off the ball. That's the reason for the free kick. Too many opportunities. Right shot that was well blocked, but tendency to wait for each other here. And I think the foul was against Cook. Met by Brown, but not as well as he might have, but it ran away comfortably. East, Cook, good dummy, obstruction. And Cook is furious with the referee, although I'm not quite sure why, because the decision is perfectly right. It was an obstruction, and it was outside the area. And in fact, as it's obstruction, it wouldn't have mattered whether it was over the line or not. Frustration of Cook that he was held off by Yates. 5 up on the far side, nobody on the near side. Nightingale and Pushillo. Nightingale, and he finds a Bristol head, and it was above a Bristol moustache, which belongs to Twentyman. Cook moving to the far post. Brown is forward. Keast is offering himself for the short one, which doesn't come. Mayhew, Brown. Yes, the diving header on the far side by Cook. Cook, the scorer. And I've little doubt that Brown would admit that this was intended as a shot. Certainly flew across the goal, but so did Cook for the header in. Look at the position of Brown, stays onside, slightly slow to move out. Good save, in fact, straight out onto the head of Cook. Pushillo, Keast, everything to his left, but he's got plenty of room to move into. This is Cook. Moss and Griffith forward, not a good cross. Couldn't get it to come back enough. Holloway, Penrice, trying to find a bit of room, finds Mayhew. Holloway again, he's the orchestrator. White! Morris will begin to count the seconds, the Kettering manager, as a player got as far as the 6th round of the Cup. That was with Ipswich. And he's really done a good job. Twentyman. Lost out to Moss. Nicely played by Cook. This is Keast. Purnell. Ben Rice. Vaughan Jones. Good play by Purnell. Brown to him, and a little too hastily on that occasion. Free kick has been given. Vaughan Jones. Philip Purnell. Reese takes it. Oh, does he squeeze it? And he has! Oh, the gap shouldn't have been there, but it was. And how well it was found. Andy Reese, the scorer. Look at the player, the Bristol player, on the right of the wall as we look. He pulls away, but so did Nightingale. Nightingale turned, and that enabled the ball to come round. And it found the gap between the post and Kevin Shumake's right hand. Penrice. Twentyman. Mayhew. Keast. It's still in, amazingly. And still. Not now. Gary Francis, the Rovers manager, in the middle there, alongside Kenny Hibbett. Far side from us. 6 minutes left. Penrice. Long aim for Mayhew. Cut out by Hayward. Griffith. Two waiting. Moss. Cook. It's 2-1. Partnership up front, working to perfection. Robbie Cook's second goal of the match. Andy Wright's cross. Little flick from Moss, and the finish from Cook, wide of the goalkeeper's left hand. No apparent emotion. Crowd willing the final whistle. Those who remember 1969 just cannot wait for it, and they've been joined by many others. And the victory is theirs. Peter Morris leads Kettering into round 3. 2 goals from Robbie Cook, who it seemed could not quite believe it. Now, would you think that was the face of a man who's the hero of the hour? Did you like in the draw, just for interest?
I think we fancy one of the big lads away from home the way we're playing.
Anybody. Let's get anybody in the first division. I don't think I've ever played a big side in a cup game. Sunderland, I think, is the biggest I've ever been. You've probably played a few more, mate. But me, I'm looking forward to just something a bit special before I hang the old boots up.
We want a day out, really. That's all we want, a day out.
Good day for the old boys, Jim.
It was. I think they had a day out today, those two, didn't they? But if they're buying drinks tonight, I think they should buy one for Andy Wright, because as it turned out, he provided both those goals for the elder statesman really to take. First one here was a tackle on the edge of the area. As the ball comes out there, you can see it looks as if Bristol Rovers have got it, but no. He pokes it through there to Jones. Jones tries his shot. What made it such a good goal was it was deflected away, and he spotted it beautifully, Robbie Cook on the far post there, and squeezed it in from a narrow angle. So that was the experience of a
a grand old man. And the second one, of course, that man Wright was there again. This time a well-worked goal from the throw-in. Griffith holds it up well there, gets it back to him. There's a little feint coming up now. Look, going inside, is he? No, on the outside. He's a fireman, I understand now. Lovely little accurate chip. And how about this for a layoff? Pretty as you've ever liked to see, and beautifully finished. Moss and Cook, the elder statesman, and so successful.
Nice skills. Well, now to a non-league team who virtually expect to get as far as the third round of the Cup at least. Altrincham have got as far as this second round for 10 of the last 11 years. Their opponents today, Halifax from Division 4, who, despite a lowly position, are still that division's leading scorers. To Moss Lane now, Altrincham v Halifax with John Motts.
Altrincham's home patch is neighbourly Moss Lane, but such is their FA Cup pedigree that in recent years they've played at Goodison Park, Old Trafford, Main Road, Anfield and White Hart Lane. And the Tottenham connection is strengthened by the presence at centre-forward of Gary Stewart, the elder brother of Paul of Spurs. Gary is a laboratory technician making parts for spectacles, while his striking partner, John Timmons, supplements his football income by working as a postman. Well, they're hoping to deliver Altrincham's 15th Football League scalp as this GM Vauxhall Conference club play in the second round of the FA Cup for the 10th time in the last 11 years. Number 6 there, Ronnie Ellis, scored twice against Lincoln in the last round. But Halifax are without their prolific goal scorer, Terry McPhillips, who's out with an ankle injury. Number 8, Andy Watson, will partner number 10, Wayne Allison, up front. And with Mick Matthews moving to Scarborough this week, at lot rests in midfield on his namesake Neil at number 11 and on football's version of Dean Martin at number 7. One of the great characters of non-league football, the Altrincham manager here, John King, who's played and managed a winning team at Wembley in the FA Trophy. Referee is Robbie Hart of Darlington. And the roles here are almost reversed. Altrincham are the team with the FA Cup tradition, playing in the check shirts from right to left, and Halifax Town of the 4th Division almost casting the role of underdogs. They're wearing yellow. Number 6 is Ronnie Ellis for Altrincham. And they tend to be a pretty direct and aggressive side at times, do Altrincham, so Halifax will know they're in a match right from the start. But they've got the first free kick. Big Dave Robinson's up there, the centre-back. It's come out to Andy Kilner for Altrincham. Only as far as Lee Richardson. This is Billy Barr. Richardson. Barr again. Oof, my word. Jeff Whelans was competing for that with Neil Matthews, and he's got the free kick. Flick on by Stewart. Here's Timmons. First clear opening, and it fell to John Timmons. And again, the same combination. Stewart to Timmons. Kilner's making ground in the middle, so is Ronnie Ellis, arriving now. And there's Kilner, but it's too high for him. The two front players getting together. Stewart feeding Timmons. This was the first one, straight at Paddy Roach. Here's Paul Cuddy. That's offside. Goes Bramall. Cook almost fell for Allison, thoroughly got a foot in. Stewart. Well, he's putting himself about a bit, is Stewart, but Halifax have won that particular contest. Hedworth to Watson, taking on Cuddy. Corner given. Billy Barr is taking these corners, and the two central defenders are coming up all the time for Halifax. Both pretty deep at this moment. In fact, it was just too high for the pair of Mrs. Neil Matthews, but they're staying up now. Oh, good drive. He's got a good goal-scoring record, the Halifax number 11, Neil Matthews. And he showed why then. Jeff Whelan's had to be alert. It's another corner. And that's Bramall. And Watson! And was it over the line? They're saying no. Very, very close. But the man on the line, it may have been Cook there, I think. Yes, Neil Cook got the ball away from Andy Watson. Corner again. Well, many's the time that ball would have just squeezed through. Free kick. Now, the first header goes in there from Bramall. Allison gets a little touch. There's Watson. And look at that, his legs, the post, and then Neil Cook finally hoofed it to safety. On by Kilner. Bit of hesitation as Timmins goes in, and Robinson concedes the corner. Ellis. Well, he scored in that famous cup match at Birmingham, Ronnie Ellis, when Altrincham went away on the ground of a then First Division team. Forward by Cuddy. Number 9, Billy Barr. Gets it back from Lee Richardson. Allison waiting on the 6-yard line. It's Richardson again. It's nicely done. And here's Watson. And it's going to come back to Richardson. Dribbles past Kilner. That's brilliant play. Oh, what a pity for Halifax. He didn't get the pullback right. Hedworth. Well, there's a young man there, 19 years old, Halifax-born, Lee Richardson. Seen him a couple of times, and he looks to have a nice balance and a good touch on the ball. Lee Richardson. He's shown a bit of style and composure in the midst of the mayhem here. This is Watson. Billy Barr's heading it back in, and that's a goal! And he did head it back in from an almost impossible angle. And Halifax Town take the lead at a key time in the half. And quite how Billy Barr got that in, well, maybe we shall tell from here. It's Andy Watson with a beautiful deep cross that really confused the goalkeeper. Look at Whelan's there, and Billy Barr gets up outside the 6-yard box and places that in the corner quite superbly. Well, the 4th Division side have taken the lead. So, Altrincham looking now for an equaliser. 3 minutes in the half left. This is Knowles. There goes Ellis. Oh, penalty. Penalty given. John Bramall on Ronnie Ellis. And the referee didn't hesitate. straight from the kickoff virtually, Altrincham have got a penalty. Now then, Ronnie Ellis, so often dangerous when he gets into the opposing penalty area, may have given Altrincham the way back that they needed almost instantaneously, and there's some pushing and shoving on the edge of the area. Timmins has got involved with two Halifax players. It was Robinson and Barr who were arguing with him, and this won't help the nerves of the penalty taker, this long delay. So, with just a couple of minutes left in the first half, Gary Stewart, trying to find out exactly where the spot is in all that mud, tries to equalise for Altrincham. And fails. Well, Gary Stewart puts the penalty wide, to the delight of the Halifax fans behind the goal, one of whom virtually caught it, I think. It remains 1-0 to the 4th Division team. So great excitement here in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. Just coming up to half-time, and he's onside. What a chance here for Allison. It could be 2 for Halifax, and it is going to be. What drama we've got in this second round cup tie at Moss Lane. Big Wayne Allison makes it 2-0 to Halifax. Straight from the penalty miss, they've increased their lead. The linesman's flag stayed down, and Allison took on the keeper, and although 2 defenders were running back, he put enough weight on the ball to send it into the net. And I don't think you could ask for any more incident in a 5-minute spell of football, or perhaps a bit less than we've had here. We've seen 2 goals for Billy Ayres' team. He's pointing there, and he is in between. Altrincham missed a penalty. And Allison now looks for Watson. And they've got players to spare again here. It's Lee Richardson's up there. And the non-leaguers at this moment in time are all over the place. On by Timmins, Stewart chasing again. Well, it all happened in the last 5 minutes of the half. Wayne Allison scored the second goal for Halifax Town after Billy Barr had put them ahead, to the delight of the travelling fans, and in between, Altrincham missed a wonderful opportunity to equalise when Stewart put the penalty wide. So can the GM Vauxhall Conference side come from behind as they did in the last round against Lincoln City? It would be unwise of Halifax to go into a complacent mood here, because Altrincham are regarded as a team who gets stronger as the match goes along. But they'll be regretting at the moment anyway the penalty miss by Gary Stewart. I rather think the delay, while the referee sorted out some shoving on the edge of the area, possibly played on the nerves of Gary Stewart. Here he is now, though. This is Johnson, the right back. Not a bad cross, actually, and Halifax will need to be aware of that. This is Cook. And they've started well here, Altrincham. Kilner came in at the far post behind Ellis, and neither could make proper contact. A really bold start to the second half from Neil Cook. He did well to get a cross in here. He got past Horner. Ellis, number 6, was hopeful. Too high for him, and Kilner drove it into the crowd. Header by Knowles. That's Phillips. This is Matthews. Now Andy Kilner has got Stewart on the left and Timmins on the right. Cook. Knowles. Stewart. Knowles. Timmins at the near post. Oh. He's calling for the corner, but he won't get it. Altrincham have carved out a couple of chances in the early minutes of this second half, but what happened here was that Barry Knowles got the cross in, and Timmins was at the near post. Watson with Cuddy. And still Watson. Richardson. And Allison's in the centre here for Halifax, and it's 3. A decisive finish. And that may well have put them in the third round draw. And the man who did all the work was Andy Watson. Number 8, just look at that. He really set it up there for Lee Richardson. The ball came in, and Wayne Allison drives it into the corner. That's his second. And on a day when McPhillips, the talk of the town, as it were, in Halifax, is missing with injury, you can't do better than that if you're playing up front in his absence. And the two lads up there, Watson and Allison, I would imagine, will have pleased Billy Eyre enormously with their performance. They've really done him proud up there. On the other bench, I would imagine that for John King on the extreme right, there's a sense of deflation just at this moment, because it hasn't been his day, and there will have to be a miracle now if it's going to turn in Altringham's favour. Good ball forward by Stewart, but again, Robinson, ever reliable, clears the danger. That's a terrific kick again by Roach. Oh, Billy Barr's shot, and Dean Martin following up. Billy Barr, having had the first shot, goes chasing back to defend. And the shot that didn't happen. Halifax Town do a solid, purposeful and professional job, and John King's team can't add to their league scalps. They missed a penalty at a crucial moment, but Billy Eyre, shaking hands with him there, has reason to feel really proud of his lads, because Halifax came here today as the team everybody thought might get toppled. But how they proved them wrong, with 2 goals from Wayne Allison and 1 from Billy Barr, and a solid performance all round by the 4th Division team, with a touch of skill mixed in with all that resolution. Altrincham 0, Halifax 3.
So, Halifax go into that third round draw, coming up live for you in just a few moments. First, some more cup ties, all involving non-league sides against league clubs. Reading, who were in the 2nd Division this time last year, were up against Maidstone. Reading playing in yellow today, scored first just before half-time. Trevor Senior back with the club now, nodding it in. But Maidstone's performance was one of the outstanding of the day. GM Conference club, of course, and they equalised in the 52nd minute. Tony Sorrell was the goal scorer, another good header there. 1-1, replay on Wednesday. Now, would the famous sloping pinch at their ground help Yeovil Town against Torquay United today? Jerry Sinstadt was at this match. Yeovil, when they eventually took their tracksuits off, would be playing in white shirts. Tough one for Torquay, and a crowd of 5,600 there.
Forward from Gibbons' free kick. Away by Donnelly. Randall trying to get under it, but Weston did. Randall again doesn't make contact, and cleared by Sherwood. Gibbons. No offside flag. Loram is free. It's 1 against 1 with Bond, and it's in. It's 1-0. Loram puts Torquay in front. Well, from the time the flag stayed down, this always looked as though the goal was on. Loram kept his head well. Bond did all he could, but once Loram had deceived him, the goal was easy. Thompson again. And again on the break, this time Darryl Pugh, and they've beaten the offside trap yet again. Pugh with the goalkeeper to beat. He's round him, gone too far, side netting. But the offside trap is looking very dodgy for Yeovil. There's a man in the middle playing Darryl Pugh onside, Sherwood the sweeper, and Pugh then took it to the keeper, but Bond forced him wide, and it was side netting. In from Cordice. Good turn by Randall, and a good goal too. What a beautiful strike. Cordice played it in. It was the outside of the foot from Randall. The turn was brilliant, and the strike was excellent. Useful cross. Cole mishit his shot. Yeovil still under pressure. Cole, Lloyd. Lloyd pulls it back, and Loram just screws it wide of the post at the second attempt. His first shot was blocked, the second one was pulled. Now here's Mundy. Somehow contrives to dig that one out for Lowe. And here goes Tong. What a good try. Lowe's cross, and Tong on the end of it first time. The little substitute nearly made a name for himself.
1-1 again, that replay on Wednesday. Well, Cambridge United took the unenviable record of having been beaten by a non-league club for the last 3 seasons down to the tiny ground at Nyewood Lane to face Bognor Regis Town. Bognor, again in white and green. Tony Gubber is reporting.
John Beck for Cambridge. Oh, a good ball forward for Laurie Ryan. And he's got Riley to aim for, or he might try himself. All right across the face of goal. Laurie Ryan can't believe it. That's the best chance of the match after 24 minutes. And Cambridge will have to wonder how that one got away. John Beck for Cambridge. We've had one good opportunity to score. Oh, this might be another one. That came off Mariner. Ryan. Well, that's the second chance for Cambridge. They've both fallen to Laurie Ryan, a man with a reputation for scoring goals, and he's missed them both. Burtonshaw, a chase. This is Guile, number 10, pursued by Lindsay Smith. Oh, he's fallen, Lindsay Smith. That's let Guile in. No, it's a good cross. That's the best opportunity that Bognor have had. Again, Cambridge have pushed plenty of players forward. Oh, that's it. And it's Phil Chappell who gets the goal for the league side with 5 minutes left on the clock. That corner falling invitingly for Chappell, who just had to tow it over the line from close range. And it's Bognor 0, Cambridge 1.
Well, that's the way it stayed, and the non-league sides had sort of mixed fortunes today, Jim.
Yes, but there are 7 of them going into the draw, which we shall see any minute now.
I think we see the non-league sides play with a sort of nonchalance occasionally that you don't see in the clubs in the lower reaches of the 3rd and 4th division. Why do you think that is?
Yes, indeed. Well, all sorts of reasons. I mean, one of them is money and security. I mean, it's really a sort of a secret, but not a secret, that many of the clubs, the ambitious ones, pay up to £250 maybe a match. It's a lot of money to earn when you've got another job as well. So those players don't really get tempted to come into the league as quickly as they might do. And then, of course, having the 2 jobs and two supports, as it were, I think it's not as disastrous if they lose the ball. You know, there's no fear. They've taken some of the fear out of it. So they get the ball, they enjoy having it, they're prepared to do a bit on it and see where they can lay it when they've finished. And that's another reason why I think, to an extent, it's more relaxed. They lack a little bit of the fitness, last 20 minutes of the game. But if they're winning, who cares anyway? The adrenaline's running, and they find the fitness from somewhere. Otherwise, they have experienced players, as we've seen today, who know how the game is played and on 1 or 2 days can produce it. And they have a lot of young players, some of whom have been rejected by league clubs and have got that extra urge to get back in the league and show them that they were wrong in the first place. Well, a lot of reasons why they do as well as they do.
They certainly try a few things that you don't see in the league from time to time, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, now here's the bit where you learn the fate of your club in the third round draw. All you managers getting a little anxious. Bobby Gould's actually gone to the FA headquarters to see what's in store for the cup holders Wimbledon. He's with Tony Gubber at Lancaster Gate here in London.
Indeed, Bobby Gould, manager of the FA Cup holders Wimbledon. Thanks for coming all the way down from Newcastle so quickly. A quick thought, obviously in the third round you'd like a home tie, but which tie would you least like? Away at somewhere like Arsenal, or what about Kettering and Sutton?
No, I'd say Newcastle at the moment, because we've played them about 5 times in the last year. So if we escape Newcastle, I think we'll be happy.
You're the perfect man to give us the feeling, because there are millions of fans, there are hundreds of players, there are managers, chairmen, directors, all glued to their sets at this moment, waiting to see who they get when the balls come out of the bag. What's the feeling like?
It's a strange sensation, but I think every manager is just pleased to be in that blue velvet bag, and we all await the numbers with great interest.
Do you know your number?
Yeah, I definitely do, Barry.
Go on.
44.
We said Barry. Well, there's the first and second division sides, obviously. There are 10 from Division 3, 11 from Division 4. Watch for number 1, that's Arsenal. Liverpool are 19, Manchester United are 22. Here to conduct the draw, Ted Croker, General Secretary of the FA.
This is the draw for the third round of the Football Association Challenge Cup. 72 teams remain from over 500 teams who entered the competition. Mr. Ernest Brown, the chairman of the Challenge Cup Committee, will draw the home teams, and Mr. Arthur McMullen, the vice chairman of the Football Association, will draw the away teams, and Mr. Brown will now commence the draw.
Number 25.
Newcastle United.
Number 41.
Against Watford.
Number 50.
Carlisle United.
Number 19.
Against Liverpool.
Number 36.
Stoke City.
Number 12.
Against Crystal Palace.
Number 60.
Sutton United.
Number 11.
Against Coventry City.
Number 48.
Hartlepool United.
Number 56.
Against Aldershot or Bristol City.
Number 30.
Plymouth Argyle.
Number 58.
Against Cambridge United.
Number 43.
West Ham United.
Number 1.
Against Arsenal.
Number 51.
Crewe Alexandra.
Number 2.
Against Aston Villa.
Number 23.
Middlesbrough.
Number 46.
Against Grimsby Town.
Number 8.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
Number 17.
Against Leeds United.
Number 24.
Millwall.
Number 20.
Against Luton Town.
Number 40.
Walsall.
Number 62.
Against Peterborough United or Brentford.
Number 59.
Enfield or Cardiff City.
Number 15.
Against Hull City.
Number 13.
Derby County.
Number 35.
Against Southampton.
Number 42.
West Bromwich Albion
Number 14.
against Everton.
Number 3.
Barnsley
Number 10.
against Chelsea.
Number 45.
Tranmere Rovers
Number 57.
against Reading or Maidstone United.
Number 37.
Sunderland
Number 29.
against Oxford United.
Number 9.
Charlton Athletic
Number 28.
against Oldham Athletic.
Number 22.
Manchester United
Number 32.
against Queen's Park Rangers.
Number 27.
Nottingham Forest
Number 16.
against Ipswich Town.
Number 34.
Shrewsbury Town
Number 55.
against Colchester United or Swansea City.
Number 63.
Bath City or Welling United
Number 5.
against Blackburn Rovers.
Number 52.
Huddersfield Town
Number 49.
against Doncaster Rovers or Sheffield United.
Number 33.
Sheffield Wednesday
Number 64.
against Yeovil Town or Torquay United.
Number 21.
Manchester City
Number 18.
against Leicester City.
Number 7.
Bradford City
Number 39.
against Tottenham Hotspur.
Number 53.
Blackpool
Number 6.
against AFC Bournemouth.
Number 61.
Kettering Town
Number 54.
against Halifax Town.
Number 47.
Port Vale
Number 26.
against Norwich City.
Number 31.
Portsmouth
Number 38.
against Swindon Town.
Number 4.
Birmingham City,
Against 44.
Wimbledon. And that completes the draw, and these matches will be played on the 7th of January 1989.
Thanks very much, Ted. Well, you kept us waiting there, Bobby Gould, didn't you? Did you have a word with the committee?
I think they'd left us. I thought they'd left us out in the bag there. It's amazing that we should come out last of the draw, having won it last season.
Yeah, extraordinary. How do you fancy that then, away to Birmingham?
Well, going to Birmingham against Gary Pendry, old teammate of mine and player of mine at Bristol Rovers, and also Tony Brown, who we played for together at West Bromwich Albion. So a good competitive battle there, but some smashing ties.
Yeah. You're not officially obliged to give the trophy back. It says nothing in the rules about giving it back.
Well, we're looking at all the ways possible not to give it back anyway.
All right. Thanks so much, Bobby. We'll have another word with you in a minute about some of the ties, but let's first of all have a complete check for you on the draw for the third round of the FA Cup. There they are, Newcastle United.